All right, hello and welcome to
Hey.
our post-match show as we'll be talking about the game that has ended, Leicester City to Southampton nil. It's just literally ended. We're feeling a little bit deflated, but are we that surprised, Jack? I mean, I think the contest itself to me was pretty much what I was expecting. Um, but we just missed a bit up front. I thought we
Yeah,
weren't as clinical as I'd hoped would be. What was missing for you on that? What
it's
went wrong?
up. Yeah, it's going forward. It's really lacking in just creating chances and being just getting something into the final third. We seem to not have that final ball in. It seems completely missing, and then running into they just seem to run into tackles, run into walls at the top there. Whether it's
Yeah,
the passing game or literally them running into players, it just seem a bit lost at the front. I know there's a lot missing up the top, but at the same time, you still have Walcott, Shea, James Ward-Prowse. I mean, Armstrong as well. Armstrong, usually cutting in and taking shots outside the box. You would after a certain point, like was it Armstrong that took that shot that hit the crossbar?
yep, yep.
Like after
Great shot.
after you do that, it's like okay, maybe a few more pot shots because that seems to be the only way we're going to score in this game now.
Yep.
And it
A
just
few strikes from outside the box.
just never came. The positives is that the back four were fantastic, but it's again, like you said, it's nothing that we didn't expect to happen this game, but it's getting to a point now where we've played a few games where we haven't really created any chances. Okay,
Hmm.
Liverpool, it was a great win against Liverpool, but it was from a set piece. And then after that, what did we really do? What other chances did we really create apart from
Right.
and that was a game where you did have Danny Ings on the pitch for a good
Yeah, that's a good
bit of it.
point. And
So
we kind of we have struggled in the last few games in regards to scoring goals, and
yeah,
we did say in the preview show that it's not like we've been scoring loads of goals recently. Now, when I'm saying that from a Southampton side that has started very well this season, scoring lots of goals in the early part of the season, but the last few games it's just been a bit sparse. Those 0-0 performances where all we needed was just a goal to nick it is something we were missing out today. But I mean, everyone in the chat section, let us know what your thoughts were. Obviously, subscribe if you're new to the channel, smash the thumbs up button, do all the things, definitely helps out the show. But let us know your thoughts because for me, it's just that, we're missing that backup striker
yeah.
position, and the fact that, Danny Ings is a very creative player. But like you said, we had Danny Ings against Liverpool but there wasn't chances created in those games. But
I think people we do all kind of underappreciate how important it is to have Shea and Danny at the same time.
right,
It's to have two strikers is what works for us. The fact that
yeah,
that two is the most important thing. And Nalundaloo looks pretty good when he comes on. I mean, he hasn't scored, so it's hard to that's the striker's job. So it's hard to say
yeah,
how good he really is. But Theo in that position's fine, but he's not. That's not his position. So I feel like we need another striker in that position. It's obviously that Shea that's not really 100%, really can fill that role of playing 70 minutes fast
yeah,
paced and do what we need them to do.
yeah,
So
exactly right.
I wouldn't even mind if we looked at another championship striker, another Shea Adams. It might take a second or two for them to adapt again, but to get a young up and coming striker, I kind of think that would be it would
Like an
feel the
Ollie
right.
Watkins.
And
I think,
by championship striker, I mean a Charlie Adams.
yeah, that's probably what we end up with. But I think Leo's hit the nail on the head here. If it had ended 1-0, it would have felt okay. I was exactly the same. I was thinking, do you know what? We've held off Leicester. The goal that they've scored is a decent goal. I mean, that was a very good goal. I mean, I thought there was a foul on Diallo on the build up to that goal, so I was a bit begrudgingly thinking, oh, they've gotten away with one. But it was a good goal. But for us to lose 2-0 at the end just feels a little bit.
But at the same time,
We were kind of okay with it, but no, it's not.
I feel like that's a good thing for us though, because it seems to be when we get a result that's really disappointing, the next week we come back and really step up. Now,
Mhm.
usually, the past few times it's happened, it's taken a big batter in and the Tottenham game for us to be like, right, why are we not clicking here? What's going
Right.
on?
Yeah.
1-0, you could say coming out of this game, like we all think, oh, that was, okay, it's 1-0, it's against Leicester, that's fine. 2-0, you go, right, it shouldn't have been 2-0. Why was it 2-0?
No.
What's going on in this? And you look at the end of the game and you see what players are playing and what positions and who's on the pitch. You're like, okay, everything's a little bit out of position. Everything's a little bit not right. What players do we need to make this right again?
Yeah.
And I think it's just a decent attacker.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we're arguably today we were without a right-sided midfielder. We were without Vestergaard. And when I say right-sided midfield, we were without Redmond. Sorry, I mean right side or I mean left side?
Yeah, left side, yeah.
Left side. So we were without Redmond,
but
no Gineppo, no Vestergaard, no Oreo Romeo, no Danny Ings. So, those are all first team players, which we would certainly like to see contention. I mean, okay, Gineppo and Redmond, it's one or the other, but that's a lot of players for us to have missing from our starting 11.
It's an awful lot. So you can take that solace in. There's a lot of players out. There's a lot of things we're missing. We're back to full strength. It's still, it's end of the day, it's not the worst thing to happen today.
No,
this is a game that even before we said it, I said tight game, 2-1, but I thought a draw, which we all know if we say a draw probably means a loss is incoming. So it's not the worst thing to happen. Deflating because it's 2, but at the same time, I felt for me, I was deflated because the game was so dry from us anyway. I think you hit that drop at that second goal really, whereas I was just that was a really hard second half for me. It was just nothing. It was like we didn't. It was just a continuation of the first half really. But
it was. Tom brings up a good point. Unless we were at full strength and we were missing a few, not surprised. Result, not surprised, but always competitive. Yeah, we were definitely in it. But again, Red and White 22 makes another point that if Vardy had his scoring boots on, it could be. I'm not sure it could have been 5 or 6. I think it probably could have been maybe 2-0 a little earlier. But
it could have been.
All credit to our defenders.
Yeah, if Vardy had his shooting boots on and that ball wasn't a metre and a half behind him, that one for ball, it could have been a bit more dangerous. But those are games that happens in every game. Those sort of moments that you miss. It's just, what? It's not so much what Vardy and Leicester didn't create; it's what we didn't create. It's what we were missing going forward. You look at some of the balls that Leicester were making. At least that there were those moments where Vardy was kind of through, did have those chances. We didn't really have a lot of those chances. And the few towards the end there kind of were ballooned. Like we made fun of Maddison for that first shot, but then he followed it up. Whereas, we hit a few over the bar. There's a few waywards, but just need to start creating more. Just need to start taking more chances.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there are a few contentious decisions. So I got Matt from Southampton Podcast Delivery messaging me there. I have to get you on a show, man. But yeah, there were a couple of instances. I mean, someone is Bertrand 5th yellow card this evening. That moment when he effectively, it looked like he raised his hands to the Leicester player with the throw, and I was a bit nervous that we were going to have Bertrand sent off for that. That seemed like a really, really quite stupid thing. So maybe we were a little bit lucky on a few of those circumstances. Alex W here says again we would have won with our full strength side. Unfortunately, though, we haven't got the depth in the squad to compensate for the amount of injuries that we have at the moment. Do you know what the thing about that is the fact that we had players named on our bench just for namesake, and there wasn't a chance that they were going to feature. They were just literally named on the bench just in case there was some, I don't know, plague of locusts that took out most of our squad, and we'd have to field a completely different side. But it's just, yeah. I mean, there was another unknown added to the bench who Jack has perfected the way of pronouncing his surname. What's his surname, Jack?
I can't remember what it is, but if I look at it, I can pronounce it probably. That's the way it goes. I haven't learnt it yet, but I think I can pronounce it. It is. Hold on. His name is. Where is it? Chapachet.
Nice work. Nice work. And of course, that yellow card. I don't know 100% this, but apparently the yellow card means that Bertrand misses our next game, which would be at home to Arsenal. So Vokins is going to be getting on.
That'd be Vokins. James Justin got man of the match.
Oh, okay.
He made 3 tackles.
Well, it definitely wasn't going to be Stuart Atwell. As we bring on to our section of the show, which I've just decided to include, let's talk about the referee. Did he have a good game?
Not really.
There were a couple of moments. I mean, it wasn't a terrible game. I mean, there was I think one of the first comments on here was a little bit fruity on the side of talking about Stuart Atwell's performance. But there were a couple of instances I just thought the lead up to their first goal, I was thinking that's a foul. Why is he not given a foul? And then there were just a couple of back and forths where eventually he just gave the free kick to Leicester. I just thought, what was that all about?
It just seems to be
unnecessary.
There are just moments in every game where you just question what it is and what they're doing. But I think today wasn't as bad as it's been. In general, there's nothing that apart from the Diallo one, there's nothing you can really complain about in general. But it's just none of them are good. So
no, it's definitely a tricky one. Definitely a tricky one.
Absolutely.
But they're just replaying that second goal.
No, they're not. It's the hype package for the Max Holloway fight. What are you watching?
But keeper didn't have a chance in that final one. Yeah, it just felt a bit rough, really. But there we go. We move on. It was away to Leicester. It's the first time they've managed to beat us at Leicester Stadium in 3 seasons, I think it was.
Yeah.
So, well done. Good on them.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. We said I keep saying that every game is an improvement. This wasn't an improvement, apart from
a bit of a status quo.
But the improvement would be beating Leicester at home. That would be the improvement.
Yes.
So let's hope in the replay of this, the next time round.
Yeah, and I think
injury-free.
Yeah, I think, and we've got to get through that game for then the pundits because I think once we're through that game, they'll just stop talking about it to a certain degree. I'm sure it'll always come up in the post matches from those pundits that haven't done their homework at all in Southampton and they've only got one thing to talk about. But I just feel that once we're through that home fixture against Leicester, we can just put that to bed and it'll just be like that.
Absolutely.
Because Leicester had lost 11-0 to someone before or something like that? I think it was against Nottingham Forest or something like that. I mean, it won't be quite in the depths of history of the 1930s, but it'll be something. It'll be something. But that does put Leicester up to second with 35 points. Yeah, this league is mad.
Just another thing to take into account as well when you remember it's a 2-0 loss. It is a 2 loss, but they are now second in the league, and they are probably of the runners at the front there, one of the ones that are one of the ones you might expect to finish top 4 at this point.
Yeah.
So hard game, just a hard game. We said from the get go this was going to be the hardest game that we'd play. After Liverpool, when Liverpool ended up being, a crazy game. So it's heights to coming to earth a little bit, just remembering where we are.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it definitely does. Definitely does. Well, thanks to everyone who's joined us on the chat section throughout the game and during this live post-match show. I think moving forward, I mean, we're disappointed with the result, but I don't think anyone had a massively terrible game. But ultimately, we just need to get some of these players fit again and back in the side. So, yeah, exactly. We march on, as always. We're feeling positive. It's Saturday night.
Saturday night, feeling all right. Main event's about to start. All good.
Absolutely. Any final thoughts before we jump off, Jack?
I'm excited for the Shrewsbury game.
Yes. I want to see us field a youthful squad.
No, I want full squad and I want to absolutely
I think Danny Ings is going to get game time on Tuesday night. I just got a feeling. I got a feeling.
So do I.
He's going to get.
But then again, if it's Danny Ings and Nlundulu, or
Yeah, why not?
that'd be good. That'd be fun.
Or Chip. How do you pronounce it?
Chipatchit.
Chipatsit.
I think he's a midfielder though. Is he?
Why not play him up front?
I don't know. This is how much
Get
I
him
don't
some
know.
goals. Get the confidence in there.
I've looked at his name like 1,000 times today because I'm like, how do you pronounce? Come on, then, how do we pronounce it? And I still can't remember what position he plays.
I just realised I've left this comment about Stuart Atwell up the whole time we've been talking about it.
He's a defender, so
Why not? Why not? Awesome. Oh, apparently Shrewsbury game is on Jack's birthday. Great name, Jack.
No, my birthday's up to August, mate.
Right then, well, we'll leave it there. Thanks everyone for joining us in the chat section. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm sure we'll do something for Tuesday night on the FA Cup game just for a bit of fun. Not sure if it'll be a watch along, but it'll be probably a post-match catch-up.
It'll be a
just to
BBC,
see what we thought. It'd be what? Yeah, I think so.
Easy to watch. It's not like I'm doing anything.
Oh, have I got something on that night? Oh no, wait, I don't. I got nothing on. Literally nothing on.
Well, usually it's salsa on Tuesdays, but I refuse to zoom it.
Yeah, do that at the same time as a live watch along. Anyway. Right, well, thanks everyone for joining us, and we will see you all in the next one. All right, cheers. Bye.
Bye.